What's up, y'all? It's like getting into a warm bath. I haven't filmed with you. It's gonna make me emotional.
I was trying to think.
It's
I think
so
the
long.
last time we actually did a sit-down video like this was for when we talked about what we read in December. Or maybe that was January, whenever that was.
Yeah. Actually, the video I was filming earlier today, I was talking about how we should do that again soon on your channel, like what
Also,
we've been reading. Also, my mug is a mess.
I feel like Kelly and Ryan, like we're sitting here in their coffee.
And that makes me think of the Superstore episode.
I know, I was just thinking the same thing.
So, hello everyone. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Tyler.
Yeah, this is my husband. To like some quick fast facts. We've been married for 6 years. Yeah, we'll celebrate our 6-year anniversary in a few weeks.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
June is a crazy month because it's your birthday month, Genevieve's birthday month, our anniversary, wedding anniversary, and Father's Day. I have bought so many gifts in the past. Hey, I've been meaning to say, should we just not do gifts for our anniversary?
Yeah.
Just
Last year was the wood anniversary, and I got you a few like wooden trinkets.
You did. They're really sweet.
What is 6 years?
Oh. I didn't
Aluminium?
Did you hear my pathetic laugh?
You didn't think that was funny at all.
Anyway, so...
It's not even a pity laugh. It was a pity noise.
I don't even know why I bothered making the noise at all. Anyway, what else about us? We have a toddler. Because the thing I always forget is that some of you guys are newer to either his channel or my channel, or you just straight up stumbled upon this video. And things that we've talked about in videos 5 years ago, I take for granted that people know. I'm like, what are the odds that any of you guys...
We were just talking about that on the way here, about how I feel like I'm like, oh, I've talked about that in the past, but it was like 3 years ago. I'm like, what are the chances that you guys saw that video 3 years ago? So I'm like, I need to,
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we're trying to be better about sharing those things, like reminding, like, hey, if you're new, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
And I take for granted, I assume everyone knows what I know. Like I was talking about like cooking or Disney or whatever, I assume like the things I know, I'm like, I assume everybody knows those things, but I need to be better about like
you know what happens when you
sharing
assume.
the things we know.
Yeah.
And not assume everyone knows how to do the same things I do. Mm-hmm. Anyway. What's up?
Nothing. This is exactly what we were going to do in this video. Is just chat. So we posted on Instagram asking you guys for like what questions you have for us. So another little bit of background is that we, during quarantine, did weekly vlogs on his channel. And so a lot of you guys stumbled upon those and started following us through there. And we, a month or two ago, stopped doing them because it was a lot. It was just a lot. Yeah. It was weighing on our mental health and just our own family
and it's a lot. It gets, I mean, when you're trying to film everything, you're like, well, what? You know, you're just trying to consistently come up with content and stuff like that, and it's just like I just want to make dinner. I just want to do it, you know, and
then maybe share it from time to time. So it just became too much of a burden.
Yeah. And again, we only started it because we were in quarantine. We just decided that we were going to do it for that, you know, time. We thought it was only going to be 2 weeks. Then it turned into 2 months. Then it turned into an entire year.
Into 10 years. Anyway, so all of that to say, a lot of questions we got were about the vlogs. Like, are they coming back?
Yeah, not in that style, not in a weekly vlog kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to happen. I mean, there might be an occasional one here and there, but no, not the way that we were doing them.
Not that consistently every week. Yeah. But will there be vlogs from time to time?
Probably. I mean, yeah. Well, there's definitely going to be vlogs in certain styles, but not home vlogs, not like that, not like what we've been doing. But then after we kind of ended the vlogs, I kind of stopped doing stuff for like 2 months, which was... Honestly, it was amazing. Taking like 2 months off and we obviously moved into the new space here. We've been insane at work because things are picking back up. I own a travel agency and things are picking back up there, which is great. But I've been so busy, and so I didn't mean to take that much time off, but I kind of did, and it was awesome.
I
really, like I said, I'm glad that I did. But I'm back.
The bells.
The bells of St. Sebastian only ring once in your ear.
The bell of Notre Dame.
I haven't seen the Hunchback of Notre Dame since I was like a little kid, and we watched it the other day, and it is hysterical. The whole movie's like super depressing, but
it's
at the very beginning and the very end, they have the crazy guy. I didn't remember this at all. Singing the bells of Notre Dame, and he goes so high.
And just when you think he can't go any higher, he takes it one more step, and you're like.
You just hear him, his voice just straining because you think he'd go down, and he doesn't. He goes straight up. Oh, and he's like straight. It's hysterical. I was losing my mind watching it.
Yeah,
it happened at the beginning, and then at the very end, I'm like, is he going to do it again? Is he going to do it again? And it ended the movie, too. It was like perfect way to end the movie.
It really is so great. But what were we talking about? It was kind of important. Oh, no.
Taking time off.
One thing, I don't know if this is what I was going to say, but one thing to note is that YouTube is my job. That is my full-time job. That is what I spend time doing weekdays. That is not his full-time job. So I know a lot of people are like, but what else is he doing? I'm like, he's working. And it's not just that he owns it. He like has employees and like it's not just him. Yeah. So it's a lot of work. And the good news is that it's picking back up. That is a good thing. But it just means that it's like, I've got to.
There was, a lot of months where we were literally, myself and my agents just literally canceling stuff. And we were spending hours and hours each day working. And we ended up at the end of the day with, canceled bookings. And so we worked really hard and made no money. So it was a lot of work for a while, but now things are picking back up. People are booking again, which is awesome. And so it's just been busy. And obviously, like I said, we moved in here and I've spent hours and hours and hours putting together IKEA furniture.
So much
takes a lot of time and a lot of tiny Allen wrenches.
We should have collected them all in a jar. A little jar of Allen wrenches.
A big old mason jar of IKEA Allen wrenches.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to pull up some cues that I was screenshotting. I almost said screen. Right. So you're planning on getting your channel back up?
Yeah. So, like I said, the weekly vlogs part are not going to come back at least anytime soon. I do have some exciting stuff though. I have over the past week. Okay, so I'll tell you the short story. Like towards the end of doing our weekly vlogs, I mentioned something. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really want a theme song for my what?" I told you that story to tell you this story. No, Jessica said, "Keep this short and sweet," and I'm like, "We're gonna talk." This
is gonna be 45 minutes long. It's all right. We've got 51 minutes left in the memory card, so that's as much time as we can.
Okay, short story. I mentioned at one point, I was like, I would love to have a theme song for my travel videos, and lo and behold, somebody contacted me. Her name is Emily Desmond. We'll have to link her stuff below. And she wrote me a theme song, like an actual freaking theme song for my travel videos, and it is awesome.
It is.
And so finally, she sent it to me, like, again, 2 months ago, and then I was lost to oblivion for 2 months. Over the course of the last week, I've actually went through and I actually, did the video, the visuals of it, and I am really, really excited about how it turned out. And so that is now going to be in front of my travel videos, but I don't know when this video is going live, but I'm going to make my new theme song video live on my channel and on Instagram and stuff like that so you can see it.
So if it is live, we'll link it.
I am so excited about how it turned out.
It is awesome.
And I have a theme song. How cool is that?
It's very, very cool. Sorry.
And so that's coming out soon, and it's just obviously like a 1 minute theme song video, which is awesome. But I also started working on our finally from November of 2019 our trip to Europe. I have those videos coming out soon, and then I've got some other videos we're gonna talk about soon. I want to sit down and do what we've been reading for the past 6 months. Like every 6 months we've been doing that, which I think has worked out really well. The books we've been reading. I probably in the next couple weeks I'm going to try and film some cooking videos. Some welcome to the cutting board videos. So there's a lot to come.
We got a lot of questions about we missed the cutting board. How's the cutting board doing?
Oh, it's doing well. Just sitting there waiting for its moment.
We've been using it every night while we cook dinner. Yeah. There just hasn't been a camera on it.
Yeah. But yeah, got lots coming down the pipeline.
It's exciting. It is exciting. Yeah, I have a feeling when you start putting the Europe videos up, people will be like, "Wait, what?" And it was from pre-pandemic November of 2019. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So speaking of travel and vlogs, we got asked by a lot of people, when are we planning on going to Disney? We're planning on going in June. We are so excited. Now that we are vaccinated, we're so excited to go. And we feel really good about going this time. And we're excited. We're going to be there a while.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. And there's so much that's changed that I'm excited to see. And you just need to see because you get so many questions about, what are things like right now and what's this new thing?
I've got so many clients going right now, which is awesome. You know what I mean? And people are planning trips and like rapid fire going. A lot of people that had booked last year that had to cancel are like, we're going now. And so they'll be like, we're going in a month. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I have a lot of people that are going and just getting back and talking about it. And they all said it's amazing. I am thrilled beyond compare.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Ratatouille won't be open yet, right?
No, that opens October 1st.
Okay.
Same day as the 50th anniversary.
Yes. We're going to have some family with us for parts of the trip, which is going to be great. Yeah. Everyone's vaccinated. So it's just going to be, I'm just excited. It's going to be hot, though.
Yeah. Gotta love
Disney
Florida
in the summer,
in
baby.
June.
Woo. So I'm mentally preparing for the sweat.
I can't wait, though.
Gotta bring the chafing.
The chafing sticks.
Now I'm thinking of Andy from The Office. It's starting. Okay.
Kevin!
So we were also asked, why don't we visit Disneyland as frequently? It's just far for us.
Yeah.
We live in the Midwest, so it's a 2-hour flight to Florida. It's a 4 or 5 hour flight to Disneyland.
Yeah, but we do have good news. One of our family members is moving to Southern California, so we're going to have more of an excuse soon.
Oh, I didn't think about
you
who.
should.
Got it.
Is this news to you too? So we're going to have more of an excuse, as if we need an excuse, to go out there, and we're definitely going to be visiting Disneyland over of course, the next few years, quite a bit more than we have in the past, because we'll go out, visit them, and visit Disneyland. It's going to be awesome. I'm thrilled.
I'm
I
so
cannot
excited.
wait. And it's going to be like an hour outside of Disneyland, right? So we can probably oh my gosh, I cannot wait.
I know, it's going to be awesome.
So there's going to be a lot more Disneyland in the next few years.
Question, so we're thinking about vlogging this next Disney trip. Let us know below if you would watch them. I mean, I know the reality is if you're not into Disney, you're not going to watch the vlogs most likely, but I feel like some of the times the Disney vlogs, even if you're not a Disney person, can still be really fun to watch because we talk about other stuff.
Well, and again, it's funny because if you watch our home vlogs, they're basically they're the exact same thing as the Disney vlogs. We're just in a different location because we're just still bozos walking around talking about nonsense.
The visual of that is so good.
Just bumping into each other.
That's exactly how it's
So if you like our home vlogs, you'll probably like them even if you're not a Disney person, just because they're fun.
Just still us just being idiots. So we got a lot of questions about the new office space. First of all, what are we doing with the old rooms? Because they were bedrooms we were both using. To fill you in, our home that we love is a 4-bedroom. And so we've got ours, our daughter's in one, and then the other 2 we were using for our respective offices. Yeah. But we had looked into moving, and we really were kind of heartbroken about it because we were looking at houses. We didn't want to move. But we were like, something's got to break because we would like to expand our family, and we would like to have bedrooms for them in this home. And so then we were like, well, maybe one of us can move to the basement. But I'm like, well, I use light for filming. He wanted to film more. And then we were talking.
Well, and also just being down in the basement, there's, a window this big.
Tiny. And we were like, for our own mental health, we were like, we could make it work, but we'd rather not. So then we tossed around for a while the idea of finding a separate space.
Well, and the other half of that is that, we have family who watches Gigi. And so, a lot of times we want to visit and we want to talk and whatever. And we were realizing, we weren't, we would have lunch with them or and we would only get 4 hours a day to work. And
our productivity was very
way lower. And Gigi's, of course, at home, and so we wanted to play with her, and so we wanted to. There was just so many distractions, and you go and do laundry, and you're like, I'll just fold this little laundry really fast. Well, then 35 minutes have gone by, and you should be working and stuff like that. So having this workspace has been. I have 4 to 5 full 8-hour work days a week, and I have been so much more incredibly productive. It is unbelievable.
It really is, and mentally.
Separation.
Just being able to go home and home actually be an oasis for us. We're like, we're home for the day. We're done working for the day. And obviously what we do is still enjoyable. We're so freaking lucky in that way that what we do during the day is something we like.
Both really,
But it's still work, and there's still parts of it that we don't enjoy, and there's still parts that it's nice to go home and feel like you're actually at home.
And so many people have worked from home over the course of the past year, and so many people understand, like, oh my gosh, it really is. You think, working from home, that sounds awesome, and it is. I've done it for 5 years. You've done it for 3, 3-ish, give or take. And it does have its benefits, and it's great. But there's definitely something to be said about having that separation because you feel like you're always at work, and you feel like you're never at work. You can't find that time. I just think a lot of people now understand that, especially if you have kids or something like that, trying to separate, you feel like you're always working and you're never working.
And I got some comments from people that were like, why do you, thinking it was just me that moved into this space, like, why do you need a separate space just for filming? That's not just what it was for. It was for him as well. And
and we looked at, like, office spaces, like an actual, like, in a, like a commercial building and stuff like that. And, it would have been fine, but it didn't have the right feel, and it was a lot of times
some of them were more expensive. So we were like, well, hold on, we could get this is an apartment, by the way. I know I don't know if we've ever a lot of questions about that. Because we realized, like, to find a place with 2 separate rooms and still to have, like, a bathroom and maybe a kitchen area, it was way cheaper to do it this way. It just was. And it was still
it's very
cozy.
Cold feeling a lot of times in the offices, industrial kind of, buildings and stuff like that.
And a lot of, like, clanging noises. Like, there was just
and we don't have customer-facing jobs. You know what I mean? My agency's completely online and stuff like that. Well, yeah. But I said, I don't have, like, clients, so it's not like I didn't need a conference room or I didn't need stuff like that. So it worked out super well that we were able to use this space, and it is exactly what we needed it to be. You know what I mean?
And so far, it really has been. I know, I do know. It's been great, and I told Tyler I was so nervous about this change because I just don't do well with change. I just don't. It takes me a long time to get used to. Like, it took me a long time and a lot of, like, depression to get through learning to work from home. Of course, I was also, like, had a newborn, so it was a lot. But now with this change, I was so worried it would take me so long to get used to it, but I already feel so at ease here, and I feel like I can separate them. And anyway,
yeah,
it's a lot of talk about
at the end of the day is great, and then we can just be with Gigi and be with. You know, it's great.
Oh,
and then just to actually answer the question that was actually asked to us.
Oh, what are we doing with the old room?
So the room that used to be your office, I think eventually will be a kid's bedroom, and then the one that was my office, we're going to use just as sort of as an office space, sort of as a library, a study kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then eventually it'll probably be another kid's bedroom, but that could be several years down the road.
Yeah, so that's kind of, and it's. I mean, I'm so happy we did this. I'm glad you convinced me to do it.
Well, and again, so I looked really quickly, and then we can stop talking about this. I had looked at spaces just for my company, just to have like one for me, and we got to talking about it. I'm like, well, if I'm going to have a separate workspace, because we like working together, you know, it's amazing. We spend a lot of time together, and we actually still like each other.
It is kind of weird.
We do have separate, offices, but it's still, I mean, I enjoy being around you. I mean, I assume you like being around me, I guess.
And another question we got was like, do we carpool? I've gotten that a lot. And we do, most of the time. Some days, like, it just works out that, like, someone's dropping Gigi off.
And of course, you've only been doing this for a month so far.
Yeah, it's still so new.
But yeah, every day we carpool. I mean, just occasionally, like, if we have, especially when we were bringing, like, furniture and stuff here, we had cars full of stuff. So, but yeah, we've been carpooling. It's
been nice. We've been listening to podcasts and also, like, talking.
Source
we don't always
radio.
get to, yeah, definitely that. But we also don't always get to, like, talk. So it's been a nice time to, like...
Pickle,
oh my gosh! On that same vein, are you still house hunting now that you have an office outside of home? No.
Not really, no.
No, we're not. I mean...
No. I even turned off the Zillow and the Redfin.
That plane is a little too close.
Turned off Zillow and Redfin notifications.
Did you finally? It's kind of driving me nuts. Yeah, we've stopped.
Yeah.
A, the housing market's crazy, but B, we don't have a need. We didn't want to move out of our house in the first place. We love it. So
this was a great way to fix our issues.
Yeah. And it's a lease too, so if at the end of the year, like this is obviously, so it's nice that at the end of the year, if we're like, okay, we hate
this
it,
is
then
not working out the way we thought it was going to.
It's been great. We got a lot of questions about like, what's your favorite this at Disney, and what's your favorite this? We could do.
Watch the Disney vlogs on my channel. We're going to talk a lot about it.
Yes, those vlogs will probably be up later in July, maybe.
I was like, we're going to vlog a lot. And I feel like they're usually 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25. I was like, I feel like each one of these vlogs, there's going to be at least like 10 of them. There could be like 40 minutes of
People will be like, it's too much Disney.
So get excited.
Yes. But since we did get a lot of questions about that, vlogs aside, we could do a separate like Disney Q&A type video on your channel. I think it would make more sense on your channel.
Oh, and one thing, we didn't get to ask this question, but we get constantly asked, are we going to do Disney haul when we get home? And I think if we do get a decent amount of stuff, we probably will on my channel.
So we'll be getting a decent amount of stuff. I have been watching so many.
I don't look at myself in the thing very often, and I don't like that.
Okay. Well, I like the way you look. I guarantee it. Anyway, so yeah, we could do a separate video on that. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, I've been watching so many Disney World hauls, and I have so many things I want to look at while we're there. Your must-have junk food snacks for travel or special occasions. What do we always buy before a road trip or something?
Hot and spicy Cheez-Its.
Pringles.
That's my go-to.
Pringles are mine.
Not Nutty Buddies. Nutty Bars?
Oh yeah, I love them too. You like really love them. So what's my like Reese's. Pringles and Reese's, if I'm like doing anything, those are like top tier.
Dark chocolate peanut M&Ms.
Oh, yeah, that's usually what we get. Because if I get Reese's, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I will eat the whole bag in one sitting.
And dark chocolate Reese's. Okay, now we gotta move on because I'm not talking about that.
Which personality traits do you see in Gigi?
She's stubborn. Just like both of us. I don't know.
She gets very frustrated if she doesn't figure something out the first time, and that she 100% gets from me.
Because you're too smart, and you think if I can't figure this out the very first time I do it,
it's broken.
Doing. The system itself is broken.
I quit.
No.
Thank you for the compliment, though.
Sort of a backhanded compliment, but a compliment nonetheless. It was meant to be nice.
I'll take it. What does she get from you? She looks just freaking like you.
She's at such an awesome age right now because she's got so much personality, and she talks constantly. She's always got stuff to say. She gets that from both of us. We both are quite verbose.
Loquacious even.
What am I saying?
Ooh, who was into who first?
Oh, she was into me.
That's so funny because I seem to recall.
I honestly don't know. It's pretty instant attraction on both parts, I think.
Well, when we met like that.
Yeah.
So we met doing theater, and
back in another lifetime.
I definitely did think you were cute.
I was wearing a baseball cap.
Came in an hour and a half late to rehearsal. We were all like, who is this bozo? But I was like, ooh, he cute though. Oh, he cute. So what is your favorite thing that Gigi says or does right now? She's 2. She's going to be 3 in like well, depending on when this video is up, she's almost 3. Like within like the next week or a few days.
I love that she said, one thing we always like talk about when she's not around will be like, she says, no, not today.
Not today. Not today.
Like if she has something that like she doesn't want to eat,
doesn't want to do right now, or doesn't want to eat.
Like, do you want a hot dog? No, not today.
It's our favorite. I literally talked about that in the video I filmed today too. What are the odds?
It's just hysterical the way she says it.
It's so cute. She loves watching videos about colors on YouTube. That girl knows her freaking colors. I mean, she watches
colors and shapes.
And she says she always, instead of saying, "May I watch, videos about colors or color videos," she says, "May I have colors, please?" And it's always, "May I have colors?"
Because for the longest time, we've been trying to get her to say, "May I please," or whatever.
Yeah.
And so she realizes that, if she doesn't say, "May I please," she won't get it. So now everything is
great.
"May I please have whatever," which is great. But then you're like, I know you're saying it nicely, but also no.
Also no. We're so tired of watching color videos on YouTube. How has your marriage changed since having a baby?
I think it's gotten stronger, if anything else.
I do too. But they're not without challenges. I mean, just having a baby is hard. Period.
And we're considering having more. So if we do that, think about how much harder it's going to get. We've got 2-on-1 at this point.
We're going to go to man-to-man numbered, and then we're going to be outnumbered.
Yeah.
I think at that point, you just say, you guys are in charge. Let the kids rule the world.
There's a Seth Meyers stand-up special that's hysterical, and you should watch it at some point, but he talks about how, like, once you have 3 kids, you're like, there's no noise in the room next door that could be so loud to make you get up from your wine on the couch. Like, you just get to the point where you're like, and who else was it that we saw somebody said the other day about, when you have one kid, you're like,
middle.
No.
Oh,
it was like, if you have one kid, you're like, we're really going to limit screen time, only 30 minutes a day. And once you have 3 kids, you get to the point where you're like, I will give you a bag of Doritos and a 2-liter of Coke if you watch all 3 Toy Stories in a row and don't talk to me.
I think it was like a meme or something, yeah. Or TikTok. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I thought that was pretty funny.
That was pretty good. All right, let's look at, I had taken screenshots of those. Let's see if there are any new cues. So many questions about Tyler's bread. How's it doing,
The bread is so polarizing. Some people love the bread content and are wanting more bread. And other people are like, I swear, if you say bread one more time, it's going well. So actually, I read this book called Flour, Water, Salt, Yeast, and I'm currently kind of working my way through that. I still think, though, as of like what I talked about a few months ago, as far as sourdough bread goes, if you want the best sourdough bread I've yet made, it's the Joshua Weissman sourdough bread video.
Yeah.
Follow his recipe for the starter. Takes about a week. Follow the recipe for the bread. It is still the best sourdough bread I have ever had and the best I've ever made. It is so good.
Yeah.
So
he has made, since we stopped vlogging, so much more bread, you guys.
So much more bread.
We have eaten so much bread.
But so it's really interesting right now because I just read this book, and it almost worked out perfectly that I watched those videos and learned how to make that bread really well first, because then I read this book, and I don't know if I would have understood it as much had I not done it with the sourdough bread. But the way that flour, water, salt, yeast, I forget the guy who wrote it. Anyway, if you really want to learn how to make good artisan bread, that is a great place to start because it gives you all of the basics across the board. And I'm slowly working my way through all the recipes now. There's only like 16 recipes in there. But it really shows you how to like old school make breads. And so yeah, so I'm still learning at this point. You know what I mean? There's still a lot to learn. At some point, maybe in the future, we'll see. I'd love to go to like culinary school or something like that, but we'll see if that ever happens in real life.
Never know, man.
But I'm still learning at this point, so I don't really. I keep thinking I'm like I could make his bread, the Joshua Weissman bread on my channel, but I'm like he's already got the video. There's nothing I could do that he hasn't already done and done better. So if you want to learn how to make amazing sourdough bread, go watch that video. It's already all there. All the
What? This is a deep question, but we're gonna ask it. How did you feel through my postpartum mental health struggles?
Helpless. Because there's nothing I could really do.
I'm getting emotional.
Well, and for the longest time, for the first, 6 months, 8 months to a year almost, you didn't tell me. Mm-hmm. And you didn't have any outward signs. And now I know, but I hadn't really even heard of it, before.
Yeah.
But I feel like now that I know what to look for and what signs. So if you are having a baby or whatever, men who are watching this video, ask your partner, about it, because they might not want to talk about it because it's not easy to talk about. But
and they might not really know that what they're going through is like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, I don't know if it's like serious, but like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you even understood really what was going on. But now that we're aware of it, we can check in on it and make sure. But if you don't know, you don't know. But once I learned, I'm like, there was really nothing I could do besides try and be as supportive as I could.
Yeah, well, you were, and you listened, and you were awesome. And the best thing that stuck in my mind. So when we eventually have another baby, if we're so lucky, that I will remember is my doctor, just my primary care doctor. I had told him about it, and he was not my doctor at the time. And so I told him, I said, when we had our first baby, I really struggled with postpartum depression. I never got help for it. Like, I didn't get on medicine for it until way later. And he said, Jessica, that is the easiest depression to treat. If you have that with your future babies, give me a call. We'll figure it out right away. Like, there's no reason to struggle in silence with it. And I'm like, I think that's easy to forget when you're the one going through that kind of a thing, that you're like, oh, I'm so weird. Like, what's wrong with me? Why am I such a bad mom?
Why am I not happy? Because
why am I not happy that I have this baby? Because it's so common and it is like the hardest thing you'll ever do. That's why.
There's so many things like that. that are so common but don't get talked about.
Yeah, so just call your doctor or go to a doctor. Make an appointment with a doctor. Right away, I will guarantee they say, no problem. I know exactly what we can do. Here are the next steps. Like, they're not going to be like, oh, what's her? It's so common, you guys. So anyway, that's all. You want to talk about your garden?
Yeah, I can talk about the garden. There's nothing to talk about yet.
Garden.
Because we spent so much time trying to get this place ready. My garden, unfortunately, has severely lacked in attention. So that being said, hopefully before we go to Disney, I'm going to, when I can find the time, go, and I didn't start any seeds this year because I didn't have the time.
No.
So, and last year, the ones that I started in seeds did not do well. We don't have any good spots in our house that get enough sunlight. They I ended up buying a lot of...
It's like the way our house faces it's just kind of
it's
interesting.
Like on an angle.
Yeah.
But, so, I'm going to get a lot of established plants, and I'm going to plant all those. I'm also going to do less this year, because I did square foot gardening last year, and a lot of the stuff turned out really great. But I think some of the bigger plants, especially like tomatoes and stuff, even though, you can do 1 per square foot, I think it was just too crowded. So I think I'm going to do less, and I think my yields will actually be higher.
There's only so many things that we ate enough of.
Right.
And we would give stuff away and stuff, but... Yeah. So I don't feel like there was a crazy amount of waste, but it was just one of those things that I think we
Honestly,
need to be more nitpicky about what we...
Yeah, so I think I'm going to basically recreate what I did last year, move things around because I'm going to rotate where stuff is, because some stuff takes a lot of nutrients out of the soil, some stuff adds nutrients to the soil. So I can move things around a little bit, and I know where the sun is a little bit better this year. So it is coming. There will be, the garden will be here, but it's going to be mostly already established plants, and it won't be to the extent that it was last year.
Yeah. All right, question, Tyler, for you. Wait, did I say that right? Tyler, question for you. Question Tyler for
Tyler
you.
Too.
Tyler 2. And Tyler
I'm
2.
Tyler 1.
Okay. What is your favorite type of makeup look on me?
I have no idea. I have no idea how to answer
like
that question.
Robert California, just then the way you...
I can't do it, but I want to do it. So I can't do it because I have no idea. In a million years, I'd never be able to tell you.
The character Robert California from The Office, he is nailing it.
Yes, I have no idea.
Do you practice that? Because you're pretty good.
I just do it all.
You just like look in the mirror in the bathroom and
shake my head.
Ow, my neck hurts.
No, I have no idea. I have no idea how to answer that question.
Well, just like, what do you like when I wear my makeup?
Sometimes, but what I'm saying is sometimes you'll come out and be like, oh, you look really pretty, but I don't know what you did that day. That's different from what you normally do. You know what I mean? So
like less eyeshadow, more eyeshadow.
See, I couldn't answer that question. I don't know. It's not...
I'm handing you softballs and you're... Okay, so a show you both are liking.
There's so many. Still, okay, so Ted Lasso's coming back July 23rd, I think. Cannot wait.
You might think you won't like that show.
You will.
You will. I don't care about sports. I don't care about like soccer, football. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it became one of my favorite shows in like one episode. It's
on
Apple TV. The morning show on Apple TV.
Yes, Mythic Quest. The second season is now coming out. I just love Rob McElhenney. Honestly,
I like it. Okay, it's not like a favorite, but I like it.
But I just like him, and I just love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's one of my all-time top 5 favorite shows of all time. What else do we watch? The Great
Outlander.
North. Yes, both are
Two
correct.
very different.
Bob's Burgers is obviously like one of our favorite
we
shows
still
ever, and the season finale just came out last night. We need to watch that tonight.
Oh!
But the same creator created a new show. Actually, created Central Park on Apple TV, another great show, worth getting Apple TV for. God, there are so many good shows on Apple TV. They only have like 5 shows, but they're all really good. But he also created one called The Great North, which is cute. I really like that show. It's not like my favorite show in the world, but it's kind of got the
set in
similar
Alaska
Bob's
and
Burgers
it's
vibes
cozy and it's cute.
It's good.
I like it.
Yeah, I hope it keeps going.
Yeah, there's probably 15,000 more, but Outlander, wow, it's not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you that, and it is not kid friendly.
Yeah,
but it's.
I don't think it's as bad as Game of Thrones though, as far as gore and violence go.
Okay, but everything else is
decidedly
as bad, if not more. I think. I'm telling you, it's not for the faint of heart, and it is not kid friendly. So I just say that going into it, but it is a very good story.
It's so good. We're like halfway through season 3 at this point.
Yeah.
Some juicy
We're watching
stuff
it with our best
night.
friends. Like we watch it at the same times and talk about them. We'll like live text each other, and it's so good. So a lot of questions about like, are we going to put Gigi in theater or in music lessons or in sports or whatever?
Yeah.
We kind of, we're not going to force her anything. That's just not. What I don't know.
Yeah,
I was never forced into anything.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm probably better for it. I don't know.
Yeah, she still hates when I play the piano. By the way, in case anybody's curious.
No, sometimes she loves it when you play Little Mermaid. And then we dance around and sing.
But then she'll I'll play the first 30 bars, and then she'll be like, all right, done. I'm like, okay, well, that was fun. I have realized though she doesn't mind the guitar. She gets tired of it, but less quickly. But she loves music, and I'm like, this is the same thing.
Music.
But she when I play it, can't stand it.
Well, it's kind of like we're in the car, and she's like, "Mommy, don't sing." I'm like, "Okay."
Ouch. But yeah, so music lessons. I think we've always kind of talked about not forcing her into stuff, but like I feel like, especially
we're
she gets a little older.
We're gonna have her try stuff. It's
not.
Yeah. I just mean like I'm not gonna be like, no, you started soccer, you're playing for the rest of your life. Not like that.
Yeah, because I don't want to watch a bunch of little kids playing soccer mostly. There's sort of a quiet dignity in quitting.
I played soccer for 1 season, so I to quit.
But what I was going to say is we always kind of talked about, like, I feel like if we, run a lot, or if I play piano around her, or anything like that, she might, as she gets to be 4 or 5, whatever, she might just kind of be curious about it and want to do it herself without us saying, you sit down at the piano and you learn how to play it. I think she'll just kind of naturally she'll find things that she wants to do. Maybe it won't be piano, maybe, whatever, but she'll find things that she will enjoy doing. But we have talked about
2 things we do want to try, like just straight up, we're going to have her try.
Swimming lessons, because we obviously travel a lot, so whether we're like in a random hotel in Toledo, Ohio, or if we're on a cruise, or if we're in Disney, whatever, there's usually a pool and water and stuff like that.
That was so specific.
Well, but I just always think about, we take, whether, if we're
just
on a cruise and we're taking an excursion, you take a boat somewhere, like I just think I would feel so much better if she knew how to swim well, right off the bat. So if
or at least survive and float.
And so
that's about all I can do is stand in water or just float.
And so and plus I love to swim. That's one of my all-time favorite things. I'm a triathlete. I don't know if you guys know that.
He is, actually. And then another one we talked about was like ballet, because I took ballet as a kid and I loved it. And then I didn't take it regularly, and then I was like in dance, musical theater. But she loves it. The other day she was standing on, like, we have a step down into our family room from the kitchen, and she was standing at the top of it, and she stuck one leg back kind of like in an arabesque, and just stuck it out. And she said, "Look, Mommy, I'm a ballerina." I was like, oh my gosh. It was just so random and so cute, and her little pudgy foot just sticking back there.
And then she walked across to the other side and put her other hand on it, and then did the other.
Stuck the same leg out. No, it was the same.
The same leg. Then she switched.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, she's at a very cute age.
So yeah, those are the things we've talked about, and like if they do like Mommy and Me or Daddy and Me swim classes or whatever, doing that kind of stuff, because she's obviously still super young, but.
You can start them surprisingly young, but so those are kind of on our radar to start the next year or two, probably.
There's just so much. There's so much exciting things to do in a lifetime.
I know.
You know what I mean? She might end up doing soccer, and then we'll be the biggest soccer fans in the world.
Oh, whatever she loves, I will be her biggest supporter.
Oh yeah. I always talk about how I don't want to offend anybody, but I can't stand show choir. Hate it. I hate it with every fiber of my being.
You know who you're offending, Tyler?
Her. She was the president of her show choir. She was Miss Show Choir.
It's
a really good thing we met when we did, because we would have despised each other in high school.
Oh,
we would have been mortal enemies. Yeah. Anyway, I can't stand it, but I know if she joined show choir,
you were too good for show choir. You're like, I'm doing theater shows outside of school. I can't believe you're doing the theater shows at your school.
I was a horrible person in high school.
I was too, but we were just differently. I'm pretty sure everyone is a horrible person. I learned so many life lessons in high school and college.
If you look back on yourself in high school now, if you're like in your 30s and you're like, I was pretty cool in high school, that means you're still a bad person.
That means you haven't grown up, because everyone should look back and hate
themselves who they were in high school.
Yeah.
Or at least be like cringe-worthy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, but my whole point is that, of course, if Gigi ends up like doing show choir, I'll be Mr. Show Choir Dad.
You'll have the button with her face on it.
Dad, get out.
Is that Jimmy Fallon's character?
No.
Oh my gosh, Dad!
He does it. Yeah.
That character drives me nuts, though.
I love Jimmy Fallon, though.
Anyway, all right. I think we're going to end it there. We've got 18 minutes on the clock. That's not bad. Noish.
Also, look at my new... so, real quick, last thing. So a lot of people asked about the apartment and things, stuff like that. At some point, I'll show you guys my office. It's not finished yet. I'm still putting stuff together and whatever.
Yeah.
But I decided the other day, a couple weeks ago, that I'm going to do...
a couple weeks ago.
It was like January of 2019. I decided I'm going to do like an old school vintage travel theme in my office. Because like, what do I want to put in the walls? Whatever they want to do with it. And so I decided, so I got some coasters. Like this one's one of them. They're all 4 different ones. But this one says Florida, and it says Eastern Airlines Fly South. They're really cool. They like the vintage look. And I got some vintage travel posters to go in there. And we have some like vintage Disney... travel looking posters that are going on there, so it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll show you
I
guys
have some floral prints I would love for you to hang over there. I already put them in frames.
Okay, I can do that.
You're gonna hate it. I guarantee it. Also, I didn't think about I could put something above here, even though I use my standing desk. Maybe I'll do a couple Disney prints up there. I just want more Disney in here.
So lots coming down the pipeline. Get excited.
But yeah, we've missed talking to you guys like this. I just feel like it's been a while.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
But Tyler's not mad at you. He doesn't hate you guys.
No, it's just been, like I said, it kind of just happened organically because I was just so busy. And then it also was just nice not to worry about social media. And I kept thinking, I'm like, it's like, maybe I should post something at least on Instagram. I'm like, you know what? It was awesome having a break from social media. Highly recommend.
Anyway, all right. We love you guys. If you aren't subscribed to this channel, of course, feel free. It's Tyler Travels TV. And
then be sure to watch my theme song. I'm so excited about it.
Oh my gosh. It made me so emotional watching it. Like, I can't watch it without crying. I've watched it 4 times now, and every time I cry, I'm like, I just can't watch it anymore.
Yeah,
not freshly after I do my makeup.
Yeah, I'm very excited about how it all turned out. So, anyway,
all right. Awesome. All right. Love you guys. Bye.